Good morning. Good to see everybody. Hi, Nate.
Good morning, everyone. Connie, Anthony, Sean, Bryant, lots of folks. Krissa, Jane, Lorna, welcome.
Bryant.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Hi, Al. Yes, good morning.
Hey, good morning. All right, just testing the audio. So.
Yep.
Are you flying solo this morning, Al?
Nope, Trudy's coming here in a minute. She's grabbing her lemonade tea or something.
Yeah, Tom and I, we should provide lemonade for this and bring it for everyone.
Virtual. Yeah, there you go.
If you can figure out that trick, Nate,
yeah.
That would be something.
I think we'll wait maybe another minute or two for anyone that's trying to log on before we officially start. But while we're waiting, I'm curious to hear where folks are joining us from.
I can start. I'm in St. Louis Park.
St. Louis Park.
Savage over here.
Savage.
I'm in Roseville, Minnesota.
Roseville. And is your name Marlika? Marlika. I love that.
Thank you.
Welcome, Nicole. Well, Tom is going to do the meditation today. I'm very excited, looking forward to that. My name is Nate, and Tom and I were co-leading this. And just for those that have their videos on, who here is, this is your first time with us? Welcome, so at least a couple folks. I think this is the fourth time we've done this, the fourth Saturday, and I will continue doing this for as long as there's people interested in doing it, I believe. And if you're able to turn your video on, that would be nice, helpful. But of course, there's no pressure to, no need. Oh, hi, Connie. Welcome.
Just having little techno problems here, but got it.
Oh, you got it figured out.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're able to turn your video on, it's nice to be able to see people's faces. But of course, if you're not able to, or if you don't want to, there's no pressure to. And then we do reserve the last 10 minutes to be able to talk and process things and explore what the experience was like. And so it looks like folks are already understanding how to unmute yourselves. So when you want to say something, you can unmute yourselves. And then otherwise, it might be best to keep ourselves muted just so that there's not too many distractions. And if you do get logged out for some reason, you can just go right back to the exact same link and log right back in if there's a technical glitch or something like that. So Tom, I'll turn it over to you for any more announcements and then of course for the meditation.
Sure, you got it. First of all, I just wanted to say what a great thing it is that we're doing, particularly in times like these, to come together and to soothe our nervous systems, which are, for many of us, fairly activated these days. This is a phenomenal thing to do, particularly in community. A reminder that this is a weekly event. Apparently there was some confusion about that, so join us every week as you're able, if you like. And I am now able to post the recordings of these, so if you miss one or if you know someone else who missed one, you can go to my YouTube channel, Full Heart Living, and join us whenever you like. Oh, and I understand there's this Zoom bombing phenomenon. So just a warning, I guess that could happen. And we'll do our best to take care of that if it happens to us. That's all I can think of for announcements. With that, just an invitation to settle in to your seat or your mat if you're lying down, making yourself comfortable. Both a position that both supports you to be comfortable and alert. And if possible, if this is available, a position that allows your spine to be in a neutral, erect position. And allowing your eyes to close either fully or partially. If they're partially open, the invitation is to have a very soft gaze, perhaps a place sort of in front of you and down. And as you breathe easily and naturally, inviting your whole body to just melt, surrendering to gravity as much as possible. Noticing where your body is supported by the earth, or the furniture, or the floor. These items, of course, are filled with earth elements, and the earth, of course, is below them. So ultimately, we are supported by the earth. And further noticing any sensations of contact and support in your body. Noticing how your weight is distributed. And experience the sense of your body as a whole. And allowing your body to extend and be supported as you breathe easily and naturally. And bringing more attention, if you like, to the breath itself. The ever-present breath. Just as it is. As best you can in the moment, going free of any attempt or need to change or regulate your breath in any way. Just allow it to be as it is. Flowing. With its own rhythm and pace. Reassuring your whole being that you are breathing perfectly right now. Now, as we proceed, it's natural for the mind to go elsewhere. You might be distracted by thoughts or sensations. Allowing those to be, not judging them, not wishing they were different, not forcing anything, but just noticing when your mind goes elsewhere and just gently guiding your attention back to wherever we are in the activity. And at this point, we're focusing on the breath, inviting and allowing a sense of completeness and wholeness as we bring as best we can our full attention to the sensation of breath in the body right now. Just inviting and allowing the breath to be the breath. And just relishing in this sensation for a few moments. Full openness and acceptance of the breath as it is right now. Perhaps inviting a sense of gratitude for this ever present essential force, the life force of the breath. Perhaps gratitude for this very moment. Perhaps gratitude for this ability to come together in this way in this time. And to be supported by the earth. And anything else you might be grateful for in this moment, just gently inviting that in, opening the heart. And joining gratitude with the breath. And if this is comfortable for you, and whenever you feel ready in your own time and own way, picture in your mind's eye the image of a lake. And this could be a lake you know well, that you've visited often, or it could be one you've seen in a photograph or a painting, or simply one in your imagination. Just see if you can bring that image into vivid focus in your mind's eye. So, picturing this extended body of water, which is perhaps fed by springs underground or a gentle waterfall or stream. Just bringing yourself as fully there as you can. Experiencing it in full detail. Whether deep or shallow, muddy or clear, blue or green, or some other combination of colors. This gentle body of water is cradled by a basin made up of the earth itself. And if you watch and observe, you'll notice the lake is always changing, while always remaining true to its essential nature. So it's constantly, subtly, and sometimes not so subtly changing, yet it's also always the same. Its own lakeness never wavers. Wildlife might come to bathe. Rocks or logs might fall in. The water is receptive. It simply parts, allowing entrance. Embracing each newcomer, the lake maintains its shape, returning to itself. Light is reflected on the water's surface in different ways and at different times, changing with the weather, seasons, and times of day and night. Sometimes the surface is like glass, a mirror, reflecting whatever is near. That might be trees, hills, mountain peaks, rocks, clouds, the sky. And at other times, the wind interrupts clear reflection, stirring up waves, ripples, chops. Light still plays on it, however, like so many shimmering diamonds. At night, the moon and stars catch glimpses of themselves, dancing in their own brilliance. In winter, the lake's surface might freeze, while below, life teems. The sun rises and falls. The seasons come and go, yet the lake remains. See if you can infuse your breath with this image of the lake. Breathing in the lake image, breathing out the lake image. Inhale, exhale. In and out. And now, if this is available and comfortable, imagine yourself as the lake. Imagine yourself as the lake itself. Continuing to breathe easily and naturally, in your mind's eye, you and the lake become one, each merging into the other. Just as the earth's basin provides shelter for the lake, the earth provides for and supports you. Just as the water's surface responds to the changing elements, yet remains its essential nature, you respond to the elements in your life, inside and out, and yet remain fully true to yourself. Just as the sun and moon come and go, so the seasons of your life proceed. You remain held safely in your basin, reflecting what passes. At times, your surface might be still. At others, it might be choppy. Through it all, as you remain deep in meditation, you simply notice the play of various energies of your mind and of your heart. Fleeting thoughts and feelings, impulses and reactions. Other moments, you remain completely still, clearly reflecting truth. Become the stillness below as well, which at most experiences only gentle undulations, even when the surface is whirling. You are also the vast reservoir of unwavering awareness itself, always residing in the depths of the lake, regardless of the activity at the surface of the mind. Hold in awareness and acceptance all the qualities of body and mind. Just as the lake lies contained by Mother Earth, reflecting sun, moon, stars, rocks, clouds, sky, birds, caressed by the air and wind, highlighting its beauty, vitality, and essence. And as you're ready, very, very gently and lovingly and easily, allowing the image of the lake to begin to dissipate, knowing its essence remains deep within you. As you return to the sensation of the breath, just noticing in your body what happens as you breathe in and what happens in your body as you breathe out. And then when you're ready, allowing the chin to drop gently toward the chest as you flutter your eyes more fully open. And then returning to the world of color and sound. And we reserve the last minutes of our time together for any thoughts folks would like to share. And I have two thoughts. To either share any reactions to that activity, or if you like, perhaps sharing how you are making lemonade in these days. So anyone who would like to respond to either or both of those, how you're making lemonade or any reactions to that activity. That's, of course, the lake meditation, which is credited to Jon Kabat Zinn. Just my own take on his meditation. So unmute yourself as you'd like, and please share any comments or thoughts.
I have never done the lake meditation before, and I really liked it very, very much. It was not at all hard to bring a picture to mind, and there were a lot of sensations of calm that were already associated with that lake. And all of the changing of seasons and wildlife, it all was really helpful. And I'm really glad you did that one. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad, Connie. It's one of those things. Meditations can become like children, right? And it's very hard to say one has a favorite child. You're not supposed to do that. And yet this is definitely one of my favorites, which is saying a lot because I like all of them that I do.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And Connie, where are you from again, if you don't mind saying?
St. Paul.
St. Paul. Yeah, great.
Yep.
Good to have you with us. Thanks for the comments.
Thank you.
I see Elle leaning forward.
Yeah, I've never
Hi.
done that. I've never done that lake one before, and that is for me very, very powerful, just beautiful. So
Yeah.
and I like the word lakeness. I'm gonna use that, like to remember or refocus on or keep noticing a lakeness, an unchanging lakeness, even though there's white caps or ripples at times, there's this essence that persists that deeply resonated with me. So thanks for this.
Nice. You're welcome. I'm glad. Good to
And
hear.
I have done the lake meditation. It's one of my favorites, and I love your interpretation of it. It was beautiful. We
Oh.
both ended up at the same lake.
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Such a coincidence. You barely spend any
right.
time together.
Who knew?
In a canoe together. I got
But as far as making lemonade, I think other than all of the complexities and pain on many levels during this time, I really enjoy the slowing down of this period. We can't go anywhere. We can't really plan a whole lot of things. And for me, with a busy mind, that's actually a blessing amongst this pandemic, which has so many negatives and pain. I understand that, but the quietness of it is helpful.
I think it's really important to acknowledge both of those, Trudy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a lot of suffering, and there are these silver linings.
Right.
Both are
Right.
true. Both are true.
Yeah.
It's almost like a double helix or something. You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Two things bound together or something.
Yes, the yin and the yang. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like after 9/11, we talk about what will change moving forward. There will be changes. We're definitely. I'm not sure what they'll be, but there will be changes.
I'm really curious about that too. Yeah, it's a great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And are you in the western suburbs of the Twin Cities as
Mhm.
well? I can't remember.
Southwest, yeah, by
Southwest.
Burnsville.
Yeah. Thanks for the comments.
I'm Marlika, and I too really enjoyed the lake meditation. I hadn't done that one before, and I happened to be sitting looking out at a lake. I live on a small lake, and so
Wow.
it brought me to, and at first I kind of resisted choosing the lake that's right in front of me, and I thought, but it gave me a different relationship with the lake itself, and of course with myself, and I really appreciated bringing in all the elements, and I hadn't ever thought of the lake as and the container that it's in of the earth, and that that was very beautiful for me to think about the container that we're all held by. So I really appreciated bringing all the elements in and feeling them all in ourselves. So. And then I have and I think starting doing some of these online, this is my first one, but I have now made myself a little schedule to join in some of these as the lemonade of this time. And then I'm wondering if I have permission to share this with people in other groups across the country, or.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Please. Absolutely. That's what it's there for. Yes.
Figured, but I thought I should ask. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate it. Yeah. How did you find out about it, Marlika?
My friend, well, I know Henry Emmons,
Yeah.
and then my friend Paula Coyne sent me the link. She's a
Oh,
therapist.
Paula. She's a colleague from decades ago. We worked together downtown Minneapolis.
And one of my favorite people. So
Yeah, she's wonderful. Great. Well, good to have you with us. Thanks for the comments. Might have time for one more.
This is Krissa.
Hi, Krissa.
I would just offer that I found it, your voice and the direction took me into a very deep meditation without doing too much thinking about the imaging. And I think that's a fair approach, is it not?
Absolutely. Nate, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think I'm not quite understanding it, what you mean by a fair approach, but.
Well, I find if I try to do a lot of putting my mind around going into the images, that's almost distracting. So I just listen to the direction and I just keep going deeper during the whole period. And what images come, but I try not to, focus on doing exactly what the direction is.
I have found some of the most meaningful meditations when it's being guided is when I end up not listening and going with wherever my mind is going. So it's sounding like that's partly what you're experiencing.
Yeah, just a real deep calming but a connection to all of you and the experience. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I don't know if you can see us. Nate and I were nodding and nodding.
Yeah, I can see you. I just don't want to be seen. Thank you.
No worries. It's totally fair in these days. I understand.
That way you can pick your nose without us knowing, right?
Yeah, or bedhead, that's really great right now.
Well, what a pleasure to be together. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. Maybe as we begin to close out, if this is comfortable and available, holding your heart with a palm or two, or placing a palm on another place of your body that's comforting and soothing, and really, really taking in the gentle pressure, feeling the warmth or coolness, grounding ourselves in self-compassion and love in these challenging times, remaining connected deeply to ourselves and to others, grateful for all the many blessings and gifts we have every day. Remembering our own lakeness,